Welcome to the Confidence Through Health podcast. One of the goals that I have is to bring you experts in the health and wellness field to talk about what's going on, what trends, and how you can take control of your health from your own house with the tools that you have available to you with exercise, nutrition, and whatnot. One of the things that I have done for years, more than probably 6 years now, is go on Facebook Live and do what I call a Life Lesson Friday. I'm now bringing that to my podcast and presenting that in a different format. And so this will be the first episode of Life Lesson Friday through the Confidence Through Health podcast. What I want to do is reiterate some of the things that I've learned from the guests that I've had on and from the time that I have spent learning about the health and wellness area. The goal is provide you practical tools, practical things that you can do, that you can put into place, that you can start taking control of your life, taking control of your health, live a life of fullness, and have a lifespan that is vibrant, that is healthy. And so the first thing we want to do is this first episode is make sure when anything you do, anytime you change something, anytime you put new practices into place, you have to have the mindset in place to be able to move through this change. And so as we change and put these videos on, we want to talk about mindset and how do you create the mindset that you need to make change and make change stick, whether it's health related or anything else in life. It's all the same. You have to understand that you can get there. You have to make that promise, if you will, to yourself that you're going to fulfill the steps of the plan that you're putting in place, the process that you're putting in place to make the change happen. And so it's a commitment level inside yourself that nobody else can do. Nobody else. I've used this example in the past that if you're standing under a pull-up bar and you're trying to pull yourself up off the ground to do a pull-up, somebody can yell at you, somebody can tempt you with treats, with like all kinds of different, they can do everything in the world to motivate you. But unless you want to get up that bar, it's not going to happen. And so their motivation may help instigate you to make that change. But until you internally tell your body, pull yourself up off the ground and get your head over that bar, get your chin over that bar, it's not going to happen. So the commitment to yourself, the commitment to the change, that's all part of that mindset shift in understanding that this can happen, understanding that you can make drastic changes in your life. And if you don't move towards positive directions as you move through your life, then you will become stagnant and you will one day look up and say, what happened? How did I not get to where I wanted to be? And you might fall into that comparison mindset where you start looking at your neighbors, you start looking at your coworkers, you start looking at your family members and start wondering, how did this happen? How did I not move forward? How did I not get to where maybe they are? We started at the same place 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. And how is this different? And most of that inability to change boils down to the commitment and mindset that you did not put into place. So when you want to make a change, when you want to move forward, when you want to have positive outcomes in your life, it all starts with the mindset that you can accomplish it. And so that's the Life Lesson Friday for this week, is knowing that you can accomplish something. And if you don't think that you can, then you need to dive into why. Why? What's holding me back? What is preventing me from being able to do this? Because for the vast majority of us, the vast majority of the things that we want to change in our lives somebody else has already accomplished it. Somebody else has already done it. If you're wanting to lose weight, somebody else has already lost weight. If you're wanting to beat cancer, somebody else has already beat cancer. If you're wanting to make $1 million, somebody else has already made $1 million. Like, people have done these things. And so most of the time, we just don't know how to do it ourselves yet. And the first step in that process is the commitment to ourselves to follow through on the steps of the process that we put in place. Because as we follow through on steps of the process, change will happen. And as long as we point ourselves in the direction that we want to go, the outcome that we want to achieve, we're going to make change in that direction. The timing of it is now something that's completely different, and we'll get into that in future episodes. But right now, it's all about making the mindset shift that, yes, this is something that I can accomplish, that I can follow through on, that I can do these things. So that's the Life Lesson Friday for this Friday. I hope y'all enjoy this. We're going to bring these to you every Friday. They're going to be short. They're going to be 5 to 7 minutes, and we're going to knock these out and hopefully bring a lot of great information and helpful tips for you to be able to move your body, move your soul, move your spirit, move everything to a greater level.